Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, May 30th, and there's a lot of new peaks formed tonight or going on right now. There was some crazy moves happening last night as well. Um, one of the pairs actually, it was ridiculous because I placed my take profit at an one point on EA. I had a trade in on EA and I was up like 50 pips, but I fell asleep and it missed my take profit by literally pips. So let me show you, it is what it is, but I was spot on the money. I took the trade based on the 15-minute and I entered here and my take profit was right here, right? So it went down, missed it barely, and I woke up and it went all the way back up. I was like, oh my God. But it's all good because it there's there's tech out there I'm going to be implementing like break evens and whatnot that are going to help me out, but and there's other things available as well, but it's all good. I was right. I didn't catch the profit, but I knew it was going to do that move, but then it reversed right after this during New York session and just fucking made a new high. So but let's get into it. Let's check out what we got going on for the new peak. So first off, there's gold, right? Now I did say I didn't really feel like it said peak formation low yesterday and it just did a new one today. It's weird, but I think it's a little bit more valid today than it was the other day. So let's take a look. Oh, that's XRP gold. Okay. So last night I was looking more so for a drop, mainly because that is where price wants to go. But I was saying that it could do some sort of pullback after it made that low to continue into this area. And once it went up again, we could see it drop back down to continue down. But we're going to take a look further to see if that's what it's going to do or if it's going to rise again. So the only thing I'm seeing here first is we got a solid shark fin. It's not divergent, right? I mean, it technically is. If we go on the 4 hour, it is divergent on the 4 hour. So this pullback was definitely necessary. It's just a matter of how far it's going to go. But if we're going to take this up and we're going to go with the peak right now, it did break this high, this structure. It broke this structure, right? And I think it tied this structure. Let me see. Oh, no. Oh, not this one. Sorry. Right there, right? No, it didn't break it. So we could see it kind of drop down tonight for a stop hunt low. And then we can see it rise maybe one more night. You could take it up to the recent low or the recent high. So it's not divergent here. Most I would want to see is this hard push down, and then we look for that buying potential to go right back up. Because if you do buy it and it does stop hunt low, I mean, best case you're gonna get in like down here. You could take it to the high, and that's still 100 pips. Like you guys are still gonna be making plenty of money. Even right there is 50, 58 pips, 60 pips. Like I would just wait for it to stop hunt low and then buy it because it definitely broke that structure, and I think it's going to rise up one more day. So look for that. Now we got Euro AUD. This is the one I took for a sell and missed my take profit. So let's see if it's still valid for that buy. It's got an EA. So it didn't take, it took out this, it broke this structure, right? It had a little change of character right there, but it looks like it still has some room up here. It didn't break here. Didn't break up here. Go to the daily. The daily kind of formed a solid formation, right? So I think this actually could go up to test this high again. Right? Overall, we're on an uptrend. So we want to be going with the overall direction. And I am super comfortable going up right now. So what we're seeing here is that bullish candle, right? Bullish candle. Bearish doesn't take out the wick beneath. Bearish another day, and then it rose up. And I think it's going to take out this structure here tonight, and we'll see it rise up for another day. So we could catch this buy. Let's look at, but in order for this to be a solid buy, what does it have to do? We need a hard stop hunt low. I need to see a shark fin come down. Once it does that shark fin push, then we're going to look for the buying potential there. And that's the only thing I'm going to be looking for at the moment, at least for EA. So I'm going to look for, we can look for buys on gold. I'm going to put buys, gold, EA. All right. And we got Euro Chief. It's got a peak formation low, new 1 day. Broke structure, automatically looks good just from the very first glimpse, but let's verify it. Euro Chief, 1 hour. I like it. I like it. It is a little overbought, but that's okay. We want to see a push down, buy. It's very, very simple. We're going to look for the big pushes. Let me go to the daily. I like the way the daily closed, looks really good. It is, let me see. It's not divergent. Get a closer look. It is kind of divergent. So you have price going down here, right? And you have price stagnant across the board, just hitting a double, the double bottom, right? So we want to be looking for bigger buys, and it broke through the water, broke through the structure on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So now that we have this broken structure, we want to see that retracement down. It could be right back onto the ketchup or the mayo, or right onto both of them. Continuation. I have it maybe going to the 500 EMA. And if you still haven't seen me use the 500 EMA, it is pretty powerful in regards to just going in the middle of price. Like, if you ever seen price, usually we look at, oh, it goes to the mayo, now it has to go to the blueberry, but sometimes it like stops in the middle and like does a reverse. Well, it's because it's usually hitting this one. So I'm gonna stick with that. Now we got the 15. Let me just double check. It is divergent on the 15. So I'm gonna probably wait till London session, look for a very hard push, and that's when I look for my buys. So it looks, the first 3 pairs we're looking at are all solid for buys right now. It's just a matter of which one makes the best formation. Now let's go to EuroCAD. This one was for a sell last night. I didn't take this one. I didn't really like the way it was setting up, but let's see. EuroCAD, peak formation low. Yeah, I wanted it to actually shoot up a little higher last night. I wanted this to go up and then look for the sell, but it didn't do that. It just went straight down, and good. I'm glad it did, because it did that massive reversal right in the middle here, and just right after London session. I think this is the 12 o'clock candle. So this is 1 p.m. right? So the start of this rectangle is 1 p.m. This is literally the move that we would see some sharp movement happening, most likely some of the stop hunts, and then either continuations or reversals. So 1 o'clock is that time frame, or should I say, is it 1 o'clock? Let me just double check. Yeah, it's 4, because I'm central right now. I'm central standard time. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, stupid. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So it's 2. That means, okay, so that means that this rectangle here, the start of it is the 3 a.m. candle. That is the start of London session. So we would see the majority of the moves happen here. And if we go look back in movements, there's some movement going on there. A reversal that happened here, a reversal that happened here, but it's all major movements. You see that? It's always around the same exact time. And this is across the board. It's for all pairs. So I'm gonna be waiting, see how that pops up for me later on tonight at 2 o'clock. But let's look at the overall move here. It's still consolidating. It did break this recent structure, right? So one, it did, but 1, it did 2. It wicked past this one, but that's still technically, it's not a clean break, but it did price broke through it, right? Because that just shows where price broke through it. So we could be seeing a consolidation like this. And then a continuation up. So if you want to buy it, I would buy it to this high or right beneath it, probably like the institutional candle if we're looking at it. You have either the institutional candle you could take this buy to, or you can look for a zone. So let me see if there's a zone here. We're looking back and wants to shoot up. And you got a lot of conjumbled movement going on here. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's like this whole zone, like from here up, is like the overall place that price would want to go to, but that's not really a lot of movements at all. So if it goes up to here, that's like, I mean, it's 40 something pips, so it's not a bad move, but we definitely want a more clear operate. If anything, if this does continue up and if it does want to do the reversal, then for sure this wants to go and touch this high, right? It needs to break that high because it has to go up higher. And if it breaks through here, then it probably is going to go hit that 500 EMA. And that's where we're going to want to, that's our zone. It's right near the 80R high. And if it does go up to there, right, and it would match with this last move down right here. So this would be an order block, right? That would be a price where price shot up real quick and then instantly reversed, either institutional candle or order block, whatever you want to call it. So price is most likely going to go up to there. It's going to take up the zone, either the entry of it or the top of it. So be looking for that. Still not my favorite setup, but let's go look at GBP CAD. So this one was also for a sell. Like all the ones that are for like new peaks were original peaks yesterday. So that's why you got to be careful every single time. Even if the peaks are right, or even if there are peaks, like you still got to be like, you got to do your due diligence. You don't want to just assume they're all correct. So let's go to GBP CAD. It broke structure to the upside. Clear. Ooh, even this. Damn. It wasn't a clean breakthrough, but I mean, we look here. That's the wick. It wicked right on it. So it didn't technically break it, but I mean, it gave us a clean break for the day. And look at what's happening here. What is this? GBP. So we got the bullish candle, 4 hour. Then you have the bearish candle drop, didn't take out the low. Bullish, either going to be another bearish or an end bearish, or it's going to continue up. So I'd be looking for buys on GBP CAD. I would just, and how long does a 4 hour have? It's got an hour and 16 minutes left. So yeah, ideally we want to watch this drop a little bit more. So I'd say stop hunt low, buy. So GBP CAD. GCAD. Ooh, we got the hiccups. All right. Now let's see. Euro USD. This one I was looking at beforehand. I think this one might be my favorite pair for the night. Euro EU. I don't have to put anything. Let's just put EU. So let's go check it out. Check it out. Euro USD. So we have the peak here, right? This is the 15-minute peak here. It took out, this is literally the institutional candle. This is the institutional candle right here. So you have price, you have a low here, you have equal lows kind of matching it up, and then last night it stopped on it low through a divert. Man, this was a perfect setup. I wish I would have seen this. This is literally, I mean, the reason why it's not the ideal setup, but it is at the same time, is because it's an overall downtrend, and we want to go with the trend. But this pretty much solidified the peak for the week. Like, I don't think price is actually going to dip down beneath that. It could, in a sense of coming back down for a multi-session W, which is very possible. If it does do that, then you know what we want to look for. I mean, ideally, you already want to be looking for a stop hunt low. How far is that stop hunt gonna go? I don't know. I would base it off of the shark fin that kind of pops up, but off of that, whatever it does down here, we want to be looking for those buys. So last night, this is what it did. It stop hunt it low easily, 3 pushes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and then right here you got your divergence, divergent W, which is my favorite setup. It's always just telling me that price is going. Shark fin oversold, divergent. It shot up. You could have entered once price came back in and formed it. Could have entered here. You could have entered here, and it went up and broke this structure and broke this structure. Right. So we have clear indications of this being a buy. It's just now we got to wait for structure to complete the pattern it needs to complete, and then we could take it up to about there, or you could take it to this structure, which let's just say we took it after a stop hunt low. Let's say it was like equal lows down here. We go up to here, 41 pips on EU. That's solid. I think that if it does go, and mind you, if this does rise again tonight, you're gonna see another rise again. Like it's not gonna stop here. Look how long this pair has been trending down for. So it's due for a pullback. It's due for a reversal. It's just a matter of grabbing it at the right moment. This is still early. So even if you miss this tonight, I mean, if it goes up, you got another confirmed day of that direction. So it's gonna be pretty fun. Now let's go to CAD JPY. I haven't looked at this pair in a while. It's been about a few weeks. I was trading this pair for a minute. CAD JPY, peak formation high, new one day. So let's go to CAD JPY. Oh yeah, that's a confirmed that's definitely it. You got a double top here, wicks to the high. Right before they tanked it, they broke structure right there. Consolidation, stop hunt, drop. You could take it to the low. You could take it to the ADR or the 500 EMA, whatever you want to do. But this is definitely dropping. Let me see if there's another zone potentially other than those lows. Let me see where the ADR is. ADR low right there. So we want to see potentially around here. Right. So that's a solid spot. You got the wicks down here, and then you have price, the little accumulation on a lower time frame there. So I would say that's a solid setup. I would wait for a stop hunt and then drop. You got 80 pips. So I'm gonna write that down too. So we got buys here, and then we got sells here. And it's gonna be CJ. Okay. That one was easy. I like these setups, man. I haven't seen this many setups in like a week and a half. Ever since after all those NZD pairs happened or that Friday, it's been like a crazy ride. The peaks weren't as solid and price has been consolidating because of how much movement there's been. AUD JPY 2-day peak formation high. Let's check it out. This one's still consolidating. I don't really like it. It's too choppy. It could go right back up again, and the trend is still going up. Like if you see this here, right? Price has been gradually going up, but it's also gradually hitting a ceiling. So essentially, if it does drop tonight, and this is on the 4 hour too, if it does drop tonight, I mean, it's going to go down to there, down to this zone right here, maybe to the top of this wick right there. So that's if it does drop tonight, but it hasn't broke this structure yet, so I don't really have a confirmation to be like, yeah, definitely sell it. This is not my favorite setup. I think based on what we've seen so far, I think we have better setups tonight. So I would just gonna ignore this pair. We just stick to what we've already gone over. Chief JPY, finally, we have a peak formation high on Chief JPY. This pair is at an all-time high. I've been waiting for this. If you've been on the calls, you definitely know that I've been saying I can't wait for Chief JPY to reverse because that thing's overdue. Look at this. That's the all-time high. There is no other data. That's it. So it was due for a breather. It's just a matter of when the heck was it going to do it. So it broke out. Duck broke down to the water. That's good. That means we want to see a pullback. Yeah, so this is exactly the setup that I was wanting. Breaks the structure from the Asian session, the psychological levels. You got the low broken here, right? You got the new low here. After the new low, we wait for the pullback. And right now we have a shark fin that's oversold. So this is perfect. This is great. We want to see a pullback up, stop hunt high, wait for a new shark fin on the 15-minute. If we go to the 15-minute, let me delete this. So it's already forming something, but I think that's going to be extended. It's too soon still. It's way too early. But it is a cheap pair, so who knows? I would want to see a push up and then over exceeded shark fin, and then we'll look for the sells. That might happen during the Asian session. It is a JPY pair. So, but anything going up, just tell yourself, no, it is a stop hunt. It is a stop hunt. So I'm gonna be doing. Oh, I just realized there's two CJ, one's CAD. So hold on. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you guys seeing this right now? You could type it. You don't have to type it or say it. I'm just writing on the board real quick. So we got Chief JPY. Okay. Now let's go to CAD Chief. Man, all these great pairs have been flowing, man. They've been freaking flowing. This looks good already. Broken structure. Peak stands out. Looks like a double bottom. Let's go to CAD Chief. It is choppy, but I mean, it's still too choppy. I'm not even going to try to justify it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other freaking setups. So, I mean, if you guys want to trade this, go ahead. I think I mean, based on what I'm seeing, the TDI too, W formation, overbought or oversold, divergence starts here, divergence here. Sorry, it's sloppy. It's really sloppy. But you have the price going down, price going up. It shot up, and we've been talking about this pair, right? This is a cat. Yeah, so when it was back here when price recently broke 2 weeks ago, and I was like, all this is just a pullback. It did exactly what I said, shot up, but then this, I think it took out the second level. This is like the second level rise, and now it's consolidating. So this is due for another push. We go to the 4-hour. So you have ready. You have level 1. The break with the change of character. Level 2 with this break. Consolidation. Maybe one more shot down and then buy. I mean, and then this is still, mind you, this is all just a reversal. But this is, I like this. This kind of looks like it's an ugly head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, where it's like left shoulder, head, and then the right shoulder is like forming over here for it to finally pop off and go to the blueberry, take out this high. Once it takes out this high, I mean, that's literally where it's going to touch. So you saw it here first, but this is still choppy. I might want to just wait for the breakout, honestly. Or if you want to be ballsy and just wait for it to drop, then you can buy it, but that's up to you. I'm not going to touch this pair. And then, man, there's so many. GBP USD, peak formation low, 4 days. Okay. GBP USD. Let's zoom out. Definitely broke structure here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 breaks of structure. Change of characters, if you will. Has to touch this one still. Go to the weekly. Weekly is looking bullish. 100% is bullish. There's no divergence. Prices would project it's above the 50. It wants to continue up. The daily. Shark fin below the 50. It does that. So this, and the EMAs are getting tight. So this doesn't really have to follow the rules as often as it should. 4-hour. I like this because it threw that bullish candle, bearish candle, doesn't take out the low, bullish, bullish. This is setting up the same way as GCAD, I believe. I think GCAD is the exact same thing. Let me just go check that out real quick. GCAD. Yeah, look, this is the same formation. So GCAD and then GU. They look exactly the same. GCAD, but this one has a clear, defined path of bullishness. So, and this one still has these highs to take out, but I mean, it's still bullish. I would just wait for a stop hunt low. So stop hunt low, a clear identification of a shark fin. Once it presents itself, you can buy it. Let me write this in here. We got GU. A lot of opportunities tonight. Somebody's can make money. Someone should make money. And then I think I don't even know if I want to go over on anything else. I mean, AD NZD. That one's been I've been waiting on this one too because of all the news. This thing's it needs to reverse. Yeah, right. Because it broke the high up here, so it's pulling back now. Didn't call this as a peak yet, but it looks like it actually wants to drop. Ready? If I go to AD NZD, damn, I'm so used to doing that. Let me delete this. Just off of the pattern, like look at it. It's riding this the water and the ketchup. It's or the mayo. It's literally staying beneath it like a structure. So what that tells me is it wants to drop. And when this drops, if it drops tonight, this is the peak, right? Because it hasn't been a clear, definite break of structure. But I can tell you that if this drops tonight, we will see AUD NZD tomorrow as a peak, 1 day peak formation, or technically 2 day peak formation high because this day would have already been completed. And by that time, I think we already would have missed the move. So although I'm not somebody that likes to go against the trend, this is like lining up for something snazzy here. I would just be careful. Maybe it's not, if it doesn't just do a straight drop, you want to wait for a hard push. It looks like they're waiting to induce some buyers here because price hasn't moved one bit. It's completely stagnant. And when they create stagnancy like that, or they're building up contracts, they'll usually do some sort of breakout to induce some emotion. And from there, people buy, and then they drop it. And then from there, they'll do the reversal maybe during New York session, and boom, you got it. You got the buy. But by the time that happens, I mean, all the buyers up here already stopped out. They're done for. So my bet is to wait for this. Don't touch it yet. And then I'll do Euro GBP, even though it's 6 days. I don't really like going past. I'll do Euro GBP and then I'll stop. Okay. 6 day peak formation. Oh, Jesus. 6 day. It looks like it still wants to continue. Go to the daily. It broke structure down here yesterday, so now we have a new direction, a definitive direction. It has been wanting to make that move. Go to the weekly. Just breaking out of the volatility bands, 4 hour. I mean, there's a shark fin and it's oversold, but that just tells me it could be a pullback. I would say it's going to be a pullback mainly because it broke out of this. Well, how long is this? 1, 2, 3 weeks of consolidation of just ranging. So ultimately, I want to see a bigger push up. And then from there, we can look to have it sell to the recent low. But until that happens, I mean, I'm not touching this pair. I got other setups. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 setups. So does anybody have any questions? We're looking at buys on gold, Euro AUD, Euro Chief, GBP CAD, Euro USD, GBP USD, and looking for sells on CAD JPY and Chief JPY. Pretty simple, right? Now it's just a matter of execution. We got to execute. So this is the second to last one I'm doing. I'm doing one more tomorrow. And then I will be continuing the free versions of the analysis, but I'm going to do so inside my Discord. Been working with the owner on that, so we're going to create something cool for everybody and gonna have something snazzy built up. But I'm gonna have it so that I'm gonna do the analysis for free once a week, and then I'm gonna be giving out maybe once or twice a week, depending on the setups, uh, 1 to 2 peaks that I think are valid. But you guys have to do your analysis on why that is. So, but other than that, if you guys want to get access to the full chart analysis, we're going to be having a paid version coming out very soon. Once that happens, I'll be sure to collaborate with Al on that release and make sure you guys are all taken care of and everybody's having a good time. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. I will drop the link tomorrow and you guys can enter in the Discord for free and we can keep this going. Peace out, guys.
Hey, Ryan, you want to stick around after for a little bit?
Yeah, here, let me pause it.
All right.